Hi everyone, it's Steve Gibson from the LaGrange Church of Christ, and I am once again out of the pulpit. This week, I want to ask you, why do we blow off one of the 10 Commandments? We do. It's true. I'll put it up on your screen right now. In Exodus 20, verse 4, it says, "You shall not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." Verse 5, "You shall not bow down to them or serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me." So, why do we blow off this command of God? And then why does it say God is a jealous God? The people of Israel, when the commandments were written, those commandments were written for the Israelites, and throughout their history, they had problems with carved images. They couldn't handle the responsibility of having one anywhere near them. If you read through the Old Testament, again and again and again and again, the people are turning to carved images of people and animals and things they imagine in their minds, and they're praying to them. And you're like, well, that's fine. I don't need that command because I'm not stupid like they were. Well, you are, though. And so am I. We're just stupid about different things, and it has to relate to the fact that God is a jealous God. The fact of the matter is, we keep turning to things that the world tells us we should turn to instead of turning to God. So God's a jealous God, not in the sense like your girlfriend's a jealous girlfriend. Like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, but he's jealous like if my kids went and had Christmas and Thanksgiving at some other people's house. Like, why are you doing that? I'm your dad. Why would you go to them? Or if they're having a really hard time and they needed something and they went to some other dad. God is a really good God. He's not like me. There might be something wrong with me that might make my kids turn to someone else, but God's the perfect father. So he's jealous insofar as, he created us and he deserves to be there for us. It's not like he wants anything other than to be our father, and he's jealous. He wants to be our father. He doesn't want you having other dads. And so the Israelites, why did they pray to things like this? Well, because it's science. Everyone in their day knew that, like, if you're trying to have a child, you want that child to be healthy. So you would be stupid not to pray to the fertility goddess. Because if you don't pray to her, you may not have a kid, and then your kid comes out with 3 heads. Well, that's on you because you didn't pray to the fertility goddess. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. It's science. A responsible parent prays to the fertility goddess. Are you going to be irresponsible? And that's the way it was back then. Well, we're not different from that today. When we have anxieties or problems or things that are wrong with us that we need to change, we go everywhere but to God. Let me ask you this. When you're stressed out, where do you go? You go to your knees? Do you go to your Bible? What do? You start flipping on social media? You turn on the TV? In all those circumstances, God's your father, and he wants to be there for you. And the truth is, a carved piece of wood can't really be there for you. Facebook, Instagram, 24-hour news cycles, video games, Netflix, they can't help you. Alcohol, drugs, they can't help you. All those things are just going to make your life worse, and you're giving away the one thing that will help you is your relationship with God. And I used to do this too. I used to just dive into whatever, video games, 24-hour news cycles, alcohol, because alcohol works pretty well for anxiety for a short period of time. And those things are just traps of Satan to make you worse and worse and worse and more desperate. And so I'm not speaking as a preacher that you need to talk to God. I'm speaking as a man who spent enough years going to the false gods that I was in the belly of destruction, that I've learned that turning to the Father is a way to help. Now, I can tell you honestly, when I'm having a hard time, I will stop and say, God, I need your help. And that has been way more helpful because God is powerful than anything else I've ever done. And so I can look at the Israelites and say, boy, they were pretty dumb, but they were no more dumb than I am. And for the same reasons, because everyone around them tells them, well, it's all fine to rely on God, but everyone knows that you have to stay up on the news. Everyone knows that, like, what are you, stupid? You don't watch the same shows we watch? You don't even know what movie I'm talking about? You don't even know what music I'm talking about? Everybody does this. You know, it's known that these are the things you're supposed to think are important. So I haven't had the ability to watch 24-hour news in 12 years because I can't handle the responsibility. And anything that's in your life taking the place of God is your carved image. And you may think, well, that's a lot, that's, a big jump. It's not. Anything that you're turning to when you should be turning to your Father is your carved image. You're doing the same thing. So no, it's not wrong to have this in your house because I have no urge to pray to this. I don't pick this up when I have concerns or when I need something. But the things in your house that you do turn to are your gods. So it's okay to have carved things in your house. At least it's okay for me. But it's not okay for me to have 24-hour news in my house because I will just zoom in on it and I'll get all in a lather about what's going on and what do we need to do, when in fact most of what I need to do, it involves people I know personally, not people on the television. I need to reach out to them and talk to them and help them and hug them. And the TV and the computer try to distract me from that truth. So I throw the idols out of my house that have been taking my attention away from God. And I'm very proud of my wife, who over the past week has thrown a lot of things out of our house that she feels like have been cluttering up our life as a family. So I want to encourage all families out there, sit down and talk about these things. And be honest with each other. Speak the truth in love, which is always the right thing to do to a brother or a sister. Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you'll join us this week at the LaGrange Church of Christ. We'll be wearing masks, but we will take them off after we're in our seats where we already are at a safe distance. So please join us. Thank you if you've watched all the way through the video to this point. I hope that you have a blessed week, and tune again next week when I'll be out of the pulpit. Bye.